Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to create a new character on World of Warcraft. As you can tell here, I already have a few that I have created, but since y'all are going to be new players, we're going to make y'all a new one for yourself. So click on Create New Character on the bottom right side of the screen, and it's going to pull you up to this screen right here. So what I would do is go ahead and choose or research the character options before you decide. So with that being said, we're going to assume that you've already done that. And you can see on the left side of the screen, there's going to be two bars, and one's going to be for Alliance, and the other side is going to be for the Horde. And the middle bottom is going to be the Pandaren, and they're actually neutral races. If you've already done a little bit of research, you should know that. What you can do is you can kind of roll over each of these buttons and see which race it is. And you can click on it, and to the right is going to be the class. So once you figure out, well, sometimes you can decide class and then see which one's better race-wise, but I always like to do race first and then class. And you can click on them and see kind of what they look like, get a feel for it. You can switch the gender between male and female on the top, just like that. And then you can go back and look at what they all look like. But for this tutorial, we're going to create a female character because all mine are female. And if you can always play around a little bit with it too. So on the right side, there's going to be a bar that shows all the classes, and like I said, you can go ahead and play around with it a little bit. But I like to click on the avatar or the character and then look at all the options for the class. So this is a hunter that's for the dwarf right now. You can see there's a priest, a shaman, which I'm thinking about creating, which would be pretty cool. I've never had one of those before. And that's not going to, you can, whenever you start playing the game, you'll be able to get all kinds of gear and stuff. So you're not locked into the clothing and the gear necessarily right there at all. So the next screen, once you pick the combination of what character you want, you can go ahead and customize it. So the options for this race are going to be skin color, face, hairstyle, hair color, and piercings. Most of the time, they're going to have skin color, face, hairstyle, hair color, and basic factors like that. But to this race, piercings, I've actually not created a character that had that yet. The last one I did had horns. You could decide which horns you wanted, which ears, and stuff like that. So this will be pretty cool to play around with. So when you click on one of the options on the left, you're going to see the styles or different types of face and hairstyle, and you can pretty much create whatever you want. So I want kind of a warrior princess look, and I like that, yes. Now for the hair color, I generally like to have a color that's going to match whatever kind of gear I have. So something neutral, but you don't have to do that. You can pick any color you want, but that's just my personal preference. So I pretty much like to use white or black or gray, which I think I'll probably choose black here. Looks kind of cool. Yeah. And you can always, once you do create your character, you can't go back and change the facial features unless you want to pay for it. But by all means, if you want to pay for it, then change it. But make sure that you do like what you have created, so you don't feel like you have to go back and change it. So I'm going to pick this little nose piercing for this one. And now we can start naming. So I'm going to show you a name that has already been taken. It will say that. So what I like to do is I'll go online to a site that will give me a name that has not been used. That just saves a little bit of time, but if you don't want to, then you can always just type in all kinds of random things. Alright, cool. So that one worked. So now we can go ahead and play with our new character. Now you can see on the right, it's going to show all my other avatars or characters that I've created. So once you have a few more others, you'll see them all in this list. So you're going to click on Enter World. So when you create a new character, it's going to give you this little story behind it. I won't go into full details because you'll see for yourself. So for the dwarf, it's going to show you where their homeland is, and it'll kind of give a little story of where my person came from. And I'll kind of take you over, and you can get to see what kind of world that they live in. Alright, so when you get your new character and you get teleported to your little world, you're going to be put in front of your first quest. Now, whenever you see an exclamation mark on top of another person or character, sometimes they can be other things, you're going to want to click on that, and it's going to come up with a little explanation of the quest. And I pretty much, whenever I start a new character, I try to do as many as possible, at least up until like level 15 when you can do dungeons and raids, because that's pretty much going to be the only way that you'll be able to level your character up. So I always, too, make sure that I at least skim the quest and the quest objective, because sometimes I'll just, or at least the story, because sometimes I'll just click on the quest and barely read the quest objective and then have no idea, especially if it's a little tricky one. So we're going to click accept, and what you're going to see is on the map in the upper right hand corner, it's going to show you where the quest area is. So if you find yourself not being able to find any little things to kill or things to pick up, then you're most likely not in the correct spot. Alright, so we've completed the quest, and I did not necessarily show y'all that one because I have another tutorial that's going to kind of walk you through how to move around and stuff. But once you complete the quest, you're going to click the person that you got well, at least in the beginning, it's going to usually be the same person, but sometimes it's not. But it will show you on the map in the corner, upper right hand corner, where the question mark is going to be the completed quest. So you click on it, click complete quest, and most often than not, it will give you another quest to do. So I usually just click on that and keep going. So the next tutorial that I have in this series is going to pretty much walk you through a quest and give you a little bit of advice on how to move around and stuff like that, because it took me a little while to figure it out. Alright, thanks guys, thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.